Welcome to this time of inward clarity and gentle presence. The Stoics offered practical wisdom for the space between desire and reality. They named a simple boundary, the dichotomy of control, and it remains fresh. On one side, live your judgments, desires, intentions, and actions. On the other side, live outcomes, other people, the weather, possessions, and reputation. This boundary is not cold or distant. It is a compassionate frame that returns attention to where it can serve. Awareness softens around the edges of struggle, and a steadier rhythm appears. Events will not always obey you, but your response can, and that choice shapes a life. In this gentle space, you meet the dignity of your own will and values, and an ease begins to gather. Visualize a warm, steady glow softly hovering before you.
The first group of life is intimate and sovereign. Your judgments, your desires shaped by wisdom, your intentions and your actions. The second group is everything that comes and goes without your command. Results, praise, blame, weather, time, and the moods of strangers. The Stoics aimed effort like a beam of light into the first group and met the second with calm acceptance. This was not passivity. It was precise strength rooted in reality. When you honor this distinction, the nerve of your day steadies, and the inner noise loosens its grip. The mind does not have to chase what will not be caught, and the heart is spared the cost of bargaining with the wind. In that clarity, discipline feels like kindness, and kindness feels like power. Visualize a clear blue sky stretching endlessly above you.
Trying to bargain with what is beyond influence fractures attention and drains vitality. The Stoics called that habit a subtle form of slavery because it ties peace to shifting sands. Knowing the boundary frees energy for the deeds that actually matter. It is a devotion to what you can honestly shape, not a denial of what exists. Acceptance is not agreement with every event. It is an intimate friendship with reality as the ground of wise action. Humility brightens acceptance because humility does not insist the world move on command. From there, calm response is not a technique, but a byproduct of truth, and your integrity becomes your shelter. Visualize a smooth stone resting on the earth, perfectly at ease.
The gap between intention and action is where many good lives stall. Marcus Aurelius wrote of the split between agreeing with an idea and embodying it. He saw the temptation to collect noble sentences while neglecting the next deed. The Stoic answer was not harshness but alignment. The judgment and the step become one movement. The discipline of desire narrows goals to what you can truly influence, so the path is clean. A single clear aim is kinder than a chorus of vague promises that never sing. When the will aims at the present act, the future is served without worship, and the past is released without quarrel. Visualize a single candle flame, steady and bright in a quiet room.
honest admission that you will not do it all is a form of courage. Attention is scarce, and life is a complex machine with only a few real levers. The Stoics advised ruthless prioritization because reality already forces it. Naming your edges prevents the self from scattering into exhaustion. When you choose the few levers that move the machine, small acts gain surprising weight. The chatter of comparison fades because the measure is your own directed effort. What remains is a dignified focus that feels like relief and strength at once. Visualize 3 smooth pebbles aligned in a simple row before you.
Clear-eyed constraint setting turns ideals into living habits. Limits do not shrink the soul, they sharpen the signal. Marcus spoke of doing what the logos of the moment asks, not the fantasy of a different hour. Simplicity in method creates consistency in action. A boundary around time protects the present from being devoured by someday. A boundary around attention protects intention from being frayed by noise. Through these small fences, a garden of deeds begins to grow, quiet and real. Visualize a doorway opening into a calm, uncluttered room filled with gentle light.
Outcomes are weather. Response is choice. The Stoics placed freedom precisely there, where your assent, your refusal, and your action live. This is the discipline of assent. You choose what judgments to allow, and meaning follows that choice. Between event and reply, you meet the silent witness that is never rushed. In that meeting, you see that pain and joy both pass and character remains. This is not indifference to the world, but a tender steadiness with it, a willingness to return to the helm each time. Visualize a calm shoreline where soft waves arrive and fade into sand.
Real progress is quieter than our fantasies of sudden transformation. The Stoics trusted daily deeds more than dramatic vows. A small promise kept to yourself recalibrates identity more than a speech to the mirror. When the action is within control, the self respects itself. Constancy softens perfectionism, and the system becomes kinder to run. The day acquires a rhythm, not a whip, and momentum begins to help you. Visualize a simple path extending gently forward beneath a wide, open horizon.
Setbacks are not verdicts. They are information. The Stoics advised a quick recovery of attention because rumination adds nothing to what is outside control. To begin again is an internal act that requires no permission. Fidelity to your sphere of control is the measure, not applause or quick harvests. When you return to that fidelity, shame loosens and learning quickens. The next right action becomes available, and the heart becomes a patient teacher to itself. Visualize a clear pool settling until the surface reflects quietly.
relationships, you meet the most vivid expression of what is not yours to command. Other minds, other stories and reputations move in their own orbits. The Stoics suggested showing up with honesty, patience and courage, and letting outcomes travel their path. Your virtue remains your own, even when the world is loud. By releasing the need to steer another's sky, you can offer presence without pressure. That presence is often the most healing ground any conversation can stand on. Visualize a night sky with one steady star shining above.
As intention aligns with action, self-trust grows. The inner witness recognizes the pattern and relaxes into it. Serenity comes not from a life without change, but from a stance that does not splinter with it. You become the one who returns, the one who chooses, the one who answers. This is the quiet joy the Stoics described, a harmony between will and world that does not depend on perfect weather. It is a companionship with yourself, tender and unwavering. Visualize a soft, luminous sphere surrounding you with gentle clarity.
Thank you for entering this field of clear effort and calm response. The dichotomy of control is not a wall, it is a doorway through which your best actions walk. Humility, acceptance, and focused energy help desire become deed, and deed become character. In this simplicity, life gathers coherence, and you feel at home in your own choices. Carry this quiet into your day as a subtle ember that does not require display, only care. Visualize a gentle light bowing inward and then resting in stillness.